All right, welcome back to Prepping with Sarge. If you are a foodie, a nutritionist, if you're into health and fitness, you may already know about sprouting. Well, today I'm going to be talking about Sproutman's sprouting kits. If you are a prepper, a homesteader, a survivalist, you may not know about sprouting, but I'm going to teach you about it today. And you want to stay with it to the very end because I'm going to talk to you about why sprouting is an important part of your prepper pantry, an important part of your preps for any kind of disruption to the food supply chain, if your garden fails at the worst possible moment, or if you just want to supplement your MREs and your freeze-dried food for the purposes of your own health and your own health of your GI system. You're going to want to stay to the very end. Stay with me now. All right, so this is super simple to do. Basically what you want to do is the first thing you're going to need to do is clean your bag. You're going to clean and sterilize the bag by getting some water boiling. So we got that going in the background. This is the salad mix from Sproutman, and it is going to give us a nice little mix of leafy sprouts in about 5 days. Really simple to do. That's why I'm going to do this video, to give you a great demonstration. And as I've said before, this is a great way for preppers to increase their food self-sufficiency. So let's take a look here. The bag is made out of hemp. It is very easy to clean. Basically, you're going to boil it for about 15 minutes, and then it should be ready to go. So first part of the instructions here, we're going to take a look. Basically, we're going to boil this water for 15 minutes, and then we are going to cool the bag down, and then we will add our seeds. So let's go ahead and get this going. All right, so we got our water boiling here. We got a nice rolling boil. This is the Sproutman bag. It is made of hemp, very easy to clean, natural. And we're just going to dunk this in here into the boiling water, and we're going to let that go for about 15 minutes. Okay, so the water is done boiling. We have poured out the boiling water. We've rinsed it with cool water, and we're getting ready to add our seeds now. So this part here, you're going to want to make sure what kind of seeds you're doing. Now, these are more of the leafy sprouts that we're using today in the salad mix. And so we're going to add about 4 tablespoons for our little video today. And then you're going to tie off the bag real tight, seal it up as best you can. And then we're going to submerge it in the cool water for 6 to 8 hours. This will start the germination process. Okay, now after about 6 to 8 hours, you're ready to take that sprouting bag out of the water and let it start to drain. And you're going to let this, twice a day, you're going to dip it back into the water for about 30 seconds to a minute, and then you're going to drain it again. You're going to repeat this process for about 3 to 6 days. You can start to check it after about the 3rd day, see how the sprouting is doing, give a little taste test, see if it tastes good to you, if the texture is right. I'll show you that in just a minute, but for now we're just going to take this one out and let it start to drain. All right, so this has been for the last 4 days. Actually, we're going on 5. This is the fifth morning. I've been putting this in water for about a minute twice a day, and then you let it drain. And a pro tip here I figured out on the first day, make sure when you're hanging it, if you have one of these corners pointed straight down, it tends to help it drain. As you can see, it tends to, as the sprouts are growing, it tends to fill up and get nice and big. That's a pretty good indication that it's probably ready. I did take a little taste test also to make sure. But let's take a look here. Let's show you what it looks like now inside. And there you go. There you go. Look at those beautiful sprouts. I'm going to give you a little taste test here. Look at that. All right. All right, so live reaction. Now, in full disclosure, I did taste this a little while ago just to kind of see what it's like, but I know you need to see the reaction here. So you can eat it straight out of the bag like this as a snack. And really good, nice crunch to it. This particular one, this was the salad mix. This has kind of a leafy salad texture to it. And the aftertaste on this one is kind of like radishes, because I think there's some radish seeds in here. So if you like radishes, you're probably going to like this one. If you've never had radishes, or somehow you've never had radishes, they are kind of spicy, a little peppery. So this one's definitely got a little bit of a kick to it. How would I enjoy these? You can eat them straight out like a snack like that. You can definitely make a salad out of this and use whatever kind of dressing if you want, a little salt and pepper if you wanted to, a little olive oil. You can add these to sandwiches. It would be fantastic for sandwiches if you want to give it a little bit of crunch. Definitely add some, amino acids and good vegetable proteins into this. Packed with nutrients. And this one here with the peppery radish flavor will definitely kick up the spice of any sandwich, especially I'm thinking like a chicken sandwich with this. Oh yeah, now you're talking. So there are different sprouts and different ones have different flavors. I will do some more videos in the future. If you are interested in this, what I would do is recommend that you go and check out Sproutman. And also, if you're on Instagram, go head over to Sproutman on Instagram and tell them Prepping with Sarge sent you. I really would appreciate that. All right, let's finish off with a couple thoughts here. Now, for the prepping community, why am I talking about this? Like, there's a lot of people in the fitness and health community who already know about sprouting. I don't see a lot of preppers talking about this. This is something that really could up your food self-sufficiency. Now, if your plan is to only live off of freeze-dried foods and MREs and things like that, you are going to find out in a very short period that is not great on your digestive system. Without getting into details, you're going to have some complications. You have to supplement with some kind of fresh fiber. Right now, if you're growing a garden, you've partially got that covered. If you've been watching my foraging videos, you've learned how to forage for some fresh berries and some fresh greens and things like that. This is another option, especially for those of you who are living in an area or a house or an apartment where you can't really grow a garden. This is going to give you some fresh vegetable options. Supplement your MREs and your freeze-dried foods and things like that with this. Probably going to help you out with the GI issues that I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Especially you military folk who've lived off the MREs. You know what I'm talking about, right? So think about also, right, like if you had, in terms of food independence, if you had, say, 4 members in your family, right, yourself, your spouse, and 2 kids, and you had bag for each of them, or better yet, 5 bags for each of them, right, and you're just like rotating, so on days, there's a massive, just imagine like doomsday scenario, okay, really bad supply chain disruption, whatever you want to think of in your head for that, right? And you've got 5 of these for each member of your family and a good supply of seeds, which don't really take up a whole lot of space, right? You could kind of store this stuff away in a warm, dry place, top of your closet, something like that. Day 1, start a bag for each person. Day 2, start another bag for each person. Day 3, to start another bag for each person. Day 4, start another bag for each person. Day 5, start another bag for each person, right? By day 5, first bag's ready to go. And now you've got a chain of sustainable food for each member of your family. At least one meal is going to be guaranteed. These things are loaded with nutrients, loaded with fiber, loaded with branched chain amino acids, loaded with, in some cases, full complete proteins. So you've got until your seed supply runs out, you've got a pretty good supply of food for a very small, fresh food by the way, for a very small amount of space. Now, if you know how to garden, which we show you in some of my other videos, you know how to harvest your seeds, which we show you in some of the other videos, now you can sustain that even longer than what you have stored back in your seed supply, all right? This is a must-do for anyone who's serious about food self-sufficiency, for anybody who's worried about the supply chain issues, okay? I hope this is helpful. If you're interested in more of these, let me know in the comments down below. If you are on Instagram, please go ahead over to Sproutman, tell them Prepping with Sarge sent you. That's going to do it for today. You will see this again, I promise you. Keep planting your seeds, keep stacking your silver. This is Prepping with Sarge.